There's millions upon millions of people who play, and that does, I think, bring the NFL to attention of people who may not watch.
Yeah. And even these, like I said, even if they would have given us, two bad teams, like if they would have started off with Cincinnati, Cleveland, people still would have been watching.
And why? Because there had been people on both teams that people had on their fantasy.
Yeah, on their fantasy team, or either someone they're playing against, has a player on their fantasy team. So there's still a rooting interest. There's still a reason to watch. So you either have guys on one of those teams, or you're playing against guys from one of those teams. But a lot of people seem to be under the impression that the popularity of fantasy football is a kind of a side product of the popularity of the NFL. I'm wondering if it's maybe possibly the other way around. I wonder if so many people have gotten into fantasy football that it has made the NFL just kind of skyrocket in ratings, because I think it's like 30 million people a year play fantasy football. Yeah. I mean, that's every week 30 million people tuning in to see football, and not just their team, to see every team.
And another reason I think the NFL's doing as well as it is, and by the way, if the listeners want to weigh in, 529-1450.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Is the NFL packages its product so well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the commercials they run, the spots they run on radio, I mean, it just brings you in, as opposed to baseball. Or, instead of bringing you in.
As opposed to our show's Whipping Boy, baseball.
It puts you asleep. But the NFL does a fantastic job in promoting its product.
Absolutely. And I don't think you can discount the fact that there's urgency. There's only 16 games. There's urgency in the NFL season that you don't find in the MLB. Now look, there's basically no races in the MLB going on right now, and there's still like 300 games to play total. What's the point?
If you want to create a race, they're trying to create a wild card race between Atlanta and St. Louis, and it's a pipe dream.
Have fun. Hey, let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. You're on Sports 101. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. I want to echo your sentiment. It's the way I think NFL is almost set up to succeed just by its nature. We get it how many weeks out of the year? The rest of the weeks we're salivating until it comes back. And they leave us wanting more, and that's the key. You want more. Baseball, my God.
It's like baseball, it's like, is this ever going to end? And with football, it's like, is this ever going to get here?
Exactly.
It's two totally different mindsets.
The same thing. Hockey's the same thing.
Yep.
I just can't. And seriously, the NFL, they leave you wanting for more. When I was a kid, the only time you got to see every game highlight was Monday night. Howard Cosell's halftime highlight. Right. And I just sat glued to that during halftime.
Caller, I'm with you. I'm of the age that's right. You waited for that halftime show, and that's when you saw highlights. But now, and what the NFL does so well, even when it's off season, there's enough going on that they give it to you a little bit at a time. And I honestly think that's like the carrot that you get hung in front of you. It just keeps you, like you said, it keeps you wanting more.
That's it. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thanks a lot for the call. Yeah, absolutely. They just do a terrific job.
There's enough all year long that they can tease you with it, and you can't wait. And then they do the draft, and that's a huge thing. There's just football's year round.
Oh yeah, it really is, and it's incredible to think that a 16-game season, a 17-week season